तौ संतोषयता संतौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. So yesterday we were seeing the Skanda Purana. Actually, in the Skanda Purana, why that is statement is there? Krishna's hair or Vishnu's hair is becoming white, and direct meaning is taken because that is said by the old Sutta. Old Sutta, and that means older Sutta, and he is not having the proper knowledge on the Bhagavatam. Without having the proper knowledge on the Bhagavatam, without hearing the Bhagavatam, he didn't hear also Bhagavatam, he didn't study. First of all, he didn't have the proper knowledge about the Bhagavatam, and that's in that case that, and also you can see he was punished by the Balaramji also. So that from that also we can understand, without having the proper understanding rishis, so sometimes they may make statement and they will give the controversial statement to their own for their own statement, they will be given the controversial statements later. That is there. So it is approved. This kind of thing is approved by the Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that sloka? 1077, 13. What is that? Rashaya. What is that, Thiru?
Yatha pankena pankabhyam.
Evam vadanti rajarshir. Rashaya na anvitaha. Rashaya na anvitaha. Here it is said that rishis, they are not na anvitaha. That means whatever statement they made previously, so they are not able to follow that. So that's why Skanda Purana, in the Skanda Purana, we are seeing in this way, this kind of story about the Lord is not a surprising thing. Even Lord Shiva is also saying to his son Kartikeya in Skanda Purana, so you, oh my dear son, you should accept only that thing which is in favor with the Vaishnava Siddhanta, or which is not in favor, you can leave that. So in that case, then what we should understand, so if someone is saying Krishna's hair is becoming white, so then in this and in this kind of descriptions, how you should take? You should take only morality from this, not the Siddhanta. You should not take Siddhanta from this. Morality means just we should understand the influence of the time, how it is powerful, that much. Okay, these things we discussed in the last class, and we are going to we are proceeding further. Achintyaha kalu ye bhavaha nan tasya nan natan starkena yojayet ityadina kincha tatreva uttara grande chandrasya kalanka apatti karana khatane Sri Krishna avatara prasange swayam vishnureva uktatvat svenaiva virodhascha. See, in that same Skanda Purana, Prabhasa Khanda. So Prabhasa Khanda means Dwarika Lila. Prabhasa Kshetram. So that means Dwarika Lila you will be seeing mostly. So that means that's Chandra Kalankapatti. That Chandrasya Kalankapatti Karana Khatane. The cause for Chandra is getting the some kind of Kalanka. Kalanka means what? Stigma is Babaji writing. Moon's stigma. So, some kind of stigma. So moon is getting the stigma. The cause for that. So moon is getting some kind of stigma. That story is there in that. In that story, what we are seeing, Sri Krishna Avatara Prasange. So there is a context of appearance of this Sri Krishna Avatara Prasange. So that means how the Krishna appeared. Swayam Vishnureva iti uktatvat. In that story, what is said? Vishnu only becoming Krishna. Before, what he said? Old Sutta, what he said? Krishna is manifesting from the hair of Vishnu. And here he is saying, so Vishnu is only becoming Krishna. So this is Virodha. You can say Virodha. Tasmat na keshavataratvepi tatparyam kesha sabdasya balatva vachanacha. So that's why what we established finally, this is Sutta Goswami, that means not our Sutta Goswami, old Sutta Goswami, his father Sutta Goswami. So he made the controversial statements. Based upon Bhagavatam, if there is a possibility of that, Rishis can do that. Then in that case, you should not make any Siddhanta based upon that. That is proved. So that's why you should not say that Krishna is manifesting, or Krishna is appearing from the hair of the Vishnu. So this is not a, or otherwise Krishna is appearing from the Vishnu. This kind of statements you cannot conclude Siddhanta like this. That is established.
Vishnu is coming as a Krishna, and the Vishnu's hair, from the hair, Krishna is coming.
Krishna is appearing.
So this is a
Controversy.
contradicting. Okay. Now Vishnu's body is totally, it's a what is that? Siddhakti.
Chishakti.
How do you say that? Fully, that Vishnu's form is. So what is the difference between the Vishnu's body, that the hair, and this difference? Nothing is there now. Everything is same now. So if Vishnu's that hair is becoming appearing as a Krishna, then why it is contradicting? It is not a contradiction. No?
Then why he has to say two differently? Then what is the reason behind that, saying that differently?
That you have to explain, Prabhu.
That's a controversy. That's a controversy.
This is my question.
Yeah, that is a controversy he is making. He doesn't know Siddhanta, because nowhere he said like that in the previously also. That understanding is not at all there. Chalataha bhagavat tattva ajnanataha va iti sthitam. That means, why then Sutta Goswami is saying like that? It is only chala. It's either misleading statement or an unutterance. That means this kind of things. Bhagavat tattva ajnanataha va. Either not knowing properly the what is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, tattvam he doesn't know, or otherwise some cheating. Either of this we should understand. Because it's not that in the Puranas many speakers are there, everyone is in the pure devotional service. No. So that's why you cannot, whatever they said is true. No. That's why Jiva Goswami taking the pain in Srimad Bhagavatam. All the speakers and listeners are speaking only one. That's why he established in the Bhakti Sandrabha till 90 Anuchadas. Bhakti is the Abhideya.
So here Jiva Goswami is bringing this point here, that to prove that even that rishis, they give contradictory statement,
misleading statements.
So that is, he's giving the proof here.
Yes.
By this.
That is the main thing we want to establish. In the Vishnu Purana it is there. Vishnu Purana also we are seeing that. So these two Ujjahara Atmanaha, that statement also we are seeing that two hair plucked out, and after that Krishna and Balaram appeared. In that case also there is a possibility of misleading, but Sridhar Swami gave the proper commentary to us, proper understanding there, and that's why we saved there. But in this Skanda Purana, we are seeing directly, they are appearing from, it is written directly, it is coming. That main point is we don't have that sloka completely. That is the main problem. From where Jiva Goswami took, we don't know, but Babaji is also writing in his commentary. So that slokas are need to search actually where those are. Which slokas of the Suta Goswami are saying that Krishna is appearing from the directly from the hair of the Lord, from the Vishnu's hair. That statements we need actually. And but understanding is simply this. In some low level Puranas, those low level Puranas, they don't have any self evidence. That means they are not self evident. They are not self sufficient. They are dependent on others because they don't have established authority with them. Their authority is not is complete, is not independent authority. They don't have. Like king in the whole kingdom, who is having independent authority? Only king. Others, they don't. If they say tomorrow onwards this 500 rupees note will not work, only now the new note I am introducing, this will go. If any another person, even minister also says, it will not work. Only king is having that. So that's why among all the pramanas, Srimad Bhagavatam is only the king. So that's why it is self-established. Nobody is needed for Srimad Bhagavatam to establish its authority. It is going to establish its authority by itself. That how it is, we discussed in the Tattva Sandrabha. So, but other Puranas, they don't have any such a Swataha Pramanyam. That means self-evidence they don't have. They dependent on someone. So that's why they cannot establish any new thing. They can only support. This is the main important point. Many people will come into your life and they will ask, they will show the other Puranas and they say, see here is something is different what you are saying. Then what is the main point? All these other Puranas, they don't have any self-evidence. Swataha Pramanyam is not there. Swataha Pramanyam is there with the only Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why whatever they say is not, that means they don't have any such a capability of establishing anything new. They can do at maximum of what? Whatever Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, either they follow or they may not follow. If they are following in that portion, they are having the authority, or otherwise they are not having any authority. Like that. This is the understanding. This is a principle actually, you should all remember. So that's why we should not worry about the Tamasic Purana. Oh, these Puranas are written like this, and this Purana is written like this. Those are all dependent on the different kalpas. And that's why, and in that also there are the different speakers. They are not pure devotees and they are speaking something. And everything is recorded. It's Vasudev is not going to change anyone's speech. Anyone, whatever is speaking. He is just compiling, recording only everything. So in that case, then how we can say that is true? So there is no guarantee, na? Because rishis also, they get confusion. They also cheat also sometimes. They are Mayavadis and they will be speaking about Krishna in a different way in the one Purana. That's why Amalam Puranam this is. Srimad Bhagavatam, Vasudev took such a precaution, such a thing should not enter into this. So that so much other nonsense philosophy, someone is speaking something, he is also something, some sage, and he is some sage and he is not a devotee, and he is speaking, and that is recorded in the Bhagavatam or some other Purana, not Bhagavatam and Purana, then it will become authority. It is not authority. That is the point we should have. It's practical, na? Actually, it's very practical.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
There is so many sages, they have they
Opinions.
use their own way and they write the
Yeah.
Shastra. So they are recollect from the Vedas and they write, or they
That is
write
different.
their own way.
That is
How-
different, I am saying. Okay, what you want to ask?
So how to understand this?
So these people are different actually. Now what we are seeing, we are taking Puranas only, which are compiled by Vasudev. But in those Puranas also, even anything is there is authentic, you cannot say. Anything you picked up from the Purana, any Purana, and you cannot establish by the truth. That's the point here Jiva Goswami is saying. because those Puranas don't have any swatah pramanyam, is this word he is using. But what you are saying, so someone is taking the Puranas and writing their own work. They are doing research and compiling some new book, like the Jaimini Purmimamsa, like the Gautam Rishi Nyaya, and Vaishesha Kanada. So like this, different sages, Vedas, they took and they compiled some new philosophy. The seeing of truth is different. And that is also having problem, na? So Jiva Goswami, what he said, so in the Tattva Sandrabha, it is coming, that point also he is handling. These different sages are there, they are all taking the Vedic scriptures only, but they are compiling their own. But who can be the best among of all those? Among all these compilations, Vyasdev only. Because everyone is taking Vedas, and that Vedas are divided by whom? Vedas. So that means who can know better than all other sages? That is Vyasdev. So that's why, and we should not take other Munis' works, because there is no guarantee that they know fully, because they didn't compile that. So that's why we are going to the Vyasdev only. And Vyasdev wrote the Vedanta Sutras. That's why we should take Vyasdev's work, Vedanta Sutras. And then on Vedanta Sutras also there are so many bhashyas. Shankaracharya give, Ramanuja, Madhva, and like that so many give. So then which commentary we should take? Like Vedanta Sutras, Vyasdev work that we accepted. Then he himself, Vyas himself wrote a commentary on those. That is nothing but the Srimad Bhagavatam. So then who can write best on this commentary on his sutras? He himself. No other one can write. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is a pramana actually. And also we discussed many things. And later part also we discussed by seeing the heart of the Sukadeva Goswami and also Vyasdev. Vyasdev's and Sukadeva Goswami's heart also we examined how they are pure, and based upon they went into Samadhi, and in Samadhi they realized this Srimad Bhagavatam. So many things are there like that. Okay, 4 o'clock is, we'll discuss tomorrow. So that's why this information, Prabhu, is very important. It should be taken to different new devotees. They have so many problems. Yeah. So that's why Jiva Goswami also is quoting many Puranas in the Sandarbhas. But what he says, whatever is in line with the Srimad Bhagavatam, that only he is taking. Remaining thing, you can simply reject it. No need to worry. You don't try to justify that. Here simply directly saying that Suta Goswami is not knowing, he is ignorant of the Bhagavatam. Directly saying, oh, he's a Suta Goswami, is a son of, a father of the our Suta Goswami. No, actually. So that's why Bhagavatam is ultimate. Is ultimate authority. About the Bhagavatam, other Puranas also said that's Gayatri Bhasha Rupasau, so Vedanta, Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam, many. It's having many features. All those features you should take and establish.